Hi friends, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I'm Austin, and today's video is a community lot build. It is a bowling alley. I just recently bought the bowling stuff pack. It was on sale and I couldn't resist, so I picked it up, and I've really enjoyed it so far, and I love the build buy mode stuff. I think it's a really great pack, and this was kind of the first full build I did with it. I wanted to build a bowling alley for a long time before this, but I never had the pack. I'm kind of a fan of bowling, I guess. I mean, it's pretty safe to say I am. I remember in high school I used to go bowling with my friends a lot. There was a bowling alley that was about half an hour away, and it was my group of friends from theater when I was, in theater in high school, and we would all go to the bowling alley and hang out till late at night. And that was fun. We would do that around the same time we were doing plays and stuff, so in the spring and fall, and it was a great bonding experience, and yeah, so that was kind of my experience bowling. I did that pretty much the last year of high school, and then even a year or two after high school we would still sometimes get together and bowl. It was a lot of fun. The bowling area was pretty nice. I don't know, I've been to a couple different bowling areas and they all kind of look the same, so I don't know if that's just a regional thing or what, but yeah, I don't know. Bowling alleys tend to look the same, and I mean, I've gone to a couple. I've gone to a couple, and they're not owned by the same people either. It's just kind of that weird thing. So I tried to use stuff from packs that I haven't really used before. I know right before I went on that hiatus, I had bought the Cool Kitchen pack, and I think that's where the cutting board comes from, and I hope that's the name of the pack. I can never remember the names of the packs anymore, so I'm just hopeful that I don't completely butcher them. But yeah, so the exterior of this build was fun to work on. I really wanted to make sure it matched the city, which if you're watching at this point, you're probably thinking, there is no way that matches the city. The city from City Living, which you're right, it's not at all what the kind of plan of the city plan here is. So later on in the build I do change the look of it, and I think it fits a lot better in the city, and especially in this area. I also had a minor panic attack at a little while into the build because I put all this time into making sure the exterior looks nice, and I do go back and add some finishing touches, but I focused on the exterior first, and then once I was happy with it, I moved on to the interior of the build, and I never noticed, or I never looked to see how big the bowling lanes were, and yeah, they were a lot longer than the building could really accommodate, so I had to think on the fly. So at this point in the build, it's a 2-level building, but I do add a basement where the bowling activities occur, and then the second floor is sort of like a teen hangout, and the first floor has like a snack area and stuff. So it works out really well, I think. So yeah, you can see me struggling here to figure out where to put the bowling lanes, and I actually ended up having to quit because I just wasn't sure what I was going to do, and then I think it was like the night of when I started building this, as I was trying to go to sleep, I kind of had an epiphany, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, I could just add a basement and that would fix everything. So that's what I did, and I'm really happy with how it came out. The kind of darkness of the basement I think really helps with the aesthetic of bowling. I think bowling is best played in the dark. I don't know if you guys have ever played I don't know what they call it, like regionally or nationwide or even worldwide, but there's like bowling where you play and it's like got neon lights and stuff, and it's really cool, and I don't know, maybe it's not really cool and maybe I'm just kind of weird, I don't know, but it's a lot of fun to like bowl like in the dark with friends. I don't know, maybe it's not so fun without friends. I've never gone bowling by myself. It doesn't sound like too fun of a thing to do. But yeah, so I'm sort of rambling here. I did this voiceover once before, sorry about that. I don't know, the pollen in my area is pretty terrible, and so I'm redoing it, even though my voice still sounds pretty terrible, but hopefully the voiceover doesn't sound as bad. So yeah, I'm not sure when this video is coming out, but I do know for a fact I have uploaded at least one video to YouTube, so this isn't my first video back, though I'd say this might be my first like competent build back. The first house I built completely was I was still getting the hang of it, and I think it came out really well, which is why I did ultimately upload it. But you know, I think as time goes on, I get more and more used to building, and hopefully as time goes on, I get more and more used to doing voiceovers. I can't believe there's still 8 minutes left of this voiceover, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to talk about. But yeah, so I just tried to make sure I added a lot of small touches to this build. I think one of the things, probably my weakest thing oftentimes, is a lack of kind of minor details, so I wanted to make sure, this being a community lot with a lot of potential to be used by many different people, I wanted to make sure it had you know, things to kind of liven it up. So that's what I did. I hopefully did well. I'd like to think so. I added, I think, a total of 6 bathrooms, 4 in the basement, and 2 on the second floor, and the teen hangout spot, or at least what I have been calling it, it might be my favorite part of the build, mainly because I wasn't anticipating putting one there, and then with the whole confusion of the actual size of the bowling alley, I had to switch things up. I already mentioned that, and I'm just sort of rambling on. Hopefully that'll take up 8 minutes, I don't know. But yeah, so trying to make sure everything fit well was, you know, another focus of mine. When I did take screenshots, you know, because it's a community lot, I took screenshots with a bunch of, you know, random sims there, so I was able to watch and see that it you know, works pretty well, I'd say, and yeah, I'm really happy with how the whole place works, though I think because I have it set as a bar, mostly adults show up, which you can always change the lot type. I wasn't really sure what to have the lot type set as. But yeah, so you can feel free to change that. I'm not quite sure what things would change if I changed the lot type, but I think most of the lot types are the same, and that needs like bathrooms, like seating areas and stuff, so everything should be fine. Though I probably could have added like a karaoke bar or something, now that I think of it. I never thought about that before, but that could have been entertaining. So yeah, I'm kind of working now. Okay, this is where I finally realized that maybe using the same tiles as the surrounding buildings would possibly help. So yeah, now I think it fits a little bit better into the town, or the city, and yeah, I'm really happy with how the exterior looks, and I was able to use the stone from the bowling stuff pack, but I was able to also use kind of the surrounding features, or the surrounding wallpapers. So yeah, then I go right back to work on the interior, and so one thing I've been doing, or at least I've been trying to do with my builds, is especially on builds where I kind of try to stay focused on the exterior, interior, and everything else, I've been trying to put timestamps in the comment section, so if there is a particular spot or part of the build that you want to watch, like the exterior being crafted or the interior being used or just the screenshots, I try to include that in the comments with timestamps. But you know, I'm always happy if you want to watch the whole build. I typically enjoy watching full builds, though I know sometimes I can be too busy to watch a whole build, so sometimes it's easier to just watch the start and the end. I completely understand how that is, and you know, I have no qualms if that's what you need to do, if that's what you want to do. You know, that's never really crossed my mind as being something to get, you know, annoyed at, as long as you're enjoying the videos. And if you're not, you can feel free to give me constructive criticism. I'm always open to that, and I'm also, you know, willing to listen, I guess. And also if it's just something that I can't change, like my voice, there's no hard feelings if you just can't watch. Or you could always mute it and listen to music. I know I've been really listening to a lot of music as I've been building. My favorites, I don't know, I listen to a lot of different music. My build kind of playlist that I listen to, though, is like a lot of like depressing like 90s music. I don't know why. And also like David Bowie and stuff, but that's a given. And I've been really meaning to like make a new like music playlist to listen to as I build, but I don't know, like it's gotten to the point now that I've been listening to the same playlist that like I know which track goes next and I have it memorized, and I think that kind of helps with building because I know, I know what I want to work on next in the build. I know what song's coming up, which is sort of weird, I guess. I don't know why, but yeah. So this first floor, I think in the end kind of feels maybe the most overlooked, but I think it has a lot of interesting stuff in there, and it maybe doesn't entirely fit with like the theme of bowling, but I think it kind of brings the whole space together. I think it's good to be there because, if it was just the teen hangout and the bowling alley, then I don't know, it'd just kind of be dull, I think. But yeah, so this build is not wrapping up yet. This is a long video. Not sure what else to talk about. I have been building quite a bit in The Sims. I'm not trying to overexert myself in terms of building. I'm loving what I'm doing, and I'm really happy to be doing it. And I'm hoping that I'm more attentive on Twitter. I've been really trying to stay and tweet like every day, or once a day, or every other day, who knows. But I just want to make sure people know that I'm not just disappearing again. I really wasn't planning to in the first place, and I am happy to be back, and I'm really happy to be on Twitter again. It's always nice like hearing from people and like talking to people through comments, or what I mostly do is I just read like everybody's funny tweets and stuff, and I try to like and retweet stuff when I see it, and there's just so much great stuff. And also like everybody has like fantastic builds, and I love looking at those. And sometimes my subscription feed doesn't tend to sometimes get some of those builds, or sometimes there are people that I haven't subscribed to yet that post builds, and I'm able to see them from there. So in that aspect, like Twitter is really good, and in the being able to communicate with everybody is also fantastic. I don't know why, it's just I've never had an easy time with social media as a whole. It's always kind of been like it's been like a job in itself for me, I guess. I don't know, I've never really been one to like keep people updated, because I don't know, I've always had the mindset of like, why would anybody care? But I know that's kind of a sad way to look at it, but like I don't mean it in like a sad way. Like, I don't know, I just feel like there's nothing interesting that I'm doing at the moment that is worth like noting. But I love hearing what other people tweet about, or I love seeing it. And so it's kind of that weird thing of like, I enjoy when people share good news, when they share bad news. I feel for them, and so I'm just maybe trying to become more of a sharing kind of person. But anyways, that was a bit of a ramble at the end, but the screenshots are here, and yeah, I really enjoyed this build, and I hope you really enjoyed watching this video. And if you did and you are not yet subscribed, then please consider subscribing and liking this video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.